It started off like any other lively morning on Live with Kelly and Mark. The studio was buzzing, the audience was caffeinated and ready, and Kelly Ripa was armed with her signature quick wit. But what unfolded between Kelly and her husband, Mark Consuelos, left the entire audience, both in studio and at home, howling with laughter and shaking their heads at the hilarious absurdity. As Mark walked gingerly onto the set, clearly favoring his left leg, Kelly wasted no time pointing it out. "Why are you limping, old man?" she teased as he lowered himself into his chair with a small wince. Mark gave a sheepish smile. "It's nothing, just tweaked my knee a little yesterday. No big deal." But Kelly, never one to let a moment slip by, leaned into her microphone, raised an eyebrow, and smirked. "Tweaked your knee? Please. You were trying to peep at naked ladies, weren't you? That's the real story." The audience erupted in gasps and laughter. Mark instantly turned red and tried to wave off her comment, but Kelly wasn't about to let him off the hook. The alleged incident. Kelly then launched into her version of events, one that sounded equal parts outrageous and oddly believable. According to her, the couple had been enjoying a sunny afternoon in their backyard. Mark had been working out, showing off his usual determination to keep himself in superhero shape, while Kelly lounged nearby with a book. But then, Kelly claimed, Mark heard laughter coming from the neighboring property, where a group of young women were sunbathing. And like some sort of cartoon wolf, his ears perked up, Kelly joked, demonstrating with exaggerated motions for the audience. "Next thing I know, he's climbing onto the lounge chair, trying to get an angle over the fence. That's when his knee went poof. Karma, ladies and gentlemen." Mark held up his hands in protest. "That is not what happened. I wasn't spying on anyone. I tripped because you distracted me." Kelly pounced on that admission. "Oh, so you admit you were looking at something you shouldn't have been?" she teased, wagging her finger. The crowd roared. Mark could only shake his head, laughing through the embarrassment. Audience in stitches. The live audience was eating it up. Every time Mark tried to explain, Kelly cut him off with another wisecrack. "You're lucky you didn't break a hip," she quipped. "Imagine explaining to the doctor that you needed surgery because you were trying to be a backyard peeping Tom." Mark leaned forward, groaning with exaggerated exasperation. "You're making me sound like some creepy old man." Kelly, never missing a beat, grinned. "If the shoe fits, honey. Or in this case, if the knee brace fits." The playful banter turned into one of those signature live moments that people would replay on social media for weeks. Clips quickly circulated online, with fans commenting on how Kelly had once again managed to keep Mark in check with her razor-sharp humor. Social media explodes. By the afternoon, #PeepingMark was trending on X, formerly Twitter. Fans posted memes of Mark with cartoon binoculars, while others joked that Kelly should install a husband-proof fence around their property. One fan wrote, "Kelly Ripa is the only person who can publicly accuse her husband of peeping and make it the funniest moment on TV." Another added, "Poor Mark. He can't even limp in peace without Kelly roasting him alive on national television." Even celebrities joined in the fun. Ryan Seacrest, Kelly's former co-host, commented on Instagram, "Classic Mark move. I believe Kelly's version. Behind the scenes, what really happened." Of course, while Kelly's story was hilarious, the real reason behind Mark's limp was far less scandalous. According to producers, Mark had actually pulled a muscle while running sprints at the gym earlier in the week. "He's extremely competitive with himself," one insider shared. "He was pushing too hard, and his knee just gave out a bit." But leave it to Kelly to spin it into comedy gold. Kelly herself admitted later, with a sly smile, that she might have embellished just a tad for the sake of good television. "But come on," she told viewers. "Isn't my version so much better?" A long history of on-air teasing. This wasn't the first time Kelly had put Mark in the hot seat on Live. Fans know that part of the show's charm comes from the couple's real-life dynamics spilling into the broadcast. Over the years, Kelly has teased Mark about everything from his snoring habits to his obsession with grooming products. But this particular jab seemed to hit a new high or low, depending on who you ask. Entertainment blogs quickly picked up the story, running headlines like, Kelly Ripa accuses husband of being a backyard peeping Tom on live TV. Mark Consuelos can't catch a break as wife Kelly calls him out for limping injury. The playful scandal was everywhere, further cementing the couple's reputation as daytime TV's most relatable and roast-ready duo. Mark's revenge? Later in the show, Mark tried to get a little payback. While discussing a segment on fitness gadgets, he brought up Kelly's habit of overordering items online. Kelly has a closet full of resistance bands, kettlebells, and ab rollers that she's used exactly once, he told the audience. Kelly's jaw dropped. How dare you? That is classified information. The audience roared again, delighted to see Mark firing back. But Kelly quickly turned the tables. Well, at least I don't need spy goggles to use my exercise equipment, she quipped. Mark raised his hands in defeat. Okay, you win. The magic of their banter. What made the exchange so memorable wasn't just the outrageousness of Kelly's accusations, but the way the couple handled it. Their genuine chemistry and willingness to poke fun at each other reminded viewers why they tune in day after day. For longtime fans, it was just another example of how Kelly and Mark managed to make the ordinary extraordinary. An injured knee turned into a comedy routine. A private moment became a nationwide inside joke. In a world where so many celebrity couples carefully curate their images, Kelly and Mark continue to thrive by being unapologetically real, messy, funny, and sometimes a little embarrassing. Epilogue: no hard feelings. By the end of the broadcast, Mark was laughing just as hard as everyone else. I'll take the humiliation if it makes people smile, he said. Kelly leaned over, kissed him on the cheek, and grinned. See? He admits it. He's guilty. The audience erupted one last time, giving the couple a standing ovation as the credits rolled. Later that evening, Kelly posted a cheeky Instagram story showing Mark icing his knee on the couch. She added the caption, "Still recovering from his accident. Ladies, keep your curtains closed." Mark reposted it with his own caption, "Fake news." And just like that, the saga of Peeping Mark became another legendary chapter in the ever-entertaining marriage of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, proving once again that in the world of daytime TV, no injury is too small to turn into a laugh-out-loud spectacle.